One thing that people need to understand, and it's very important for everyone, your health, especially here in America, especially some of the primitive people do know about it, and it's something that's been ongoing in the world forever. Forever. I found out about it by necessity. I'm quite aware of the capabilities of the human mind, some of the super capabilities of the human mind. I won't say supernatural because they're not supernatural. There's nothing supernatural about science. And that's what this all boils down to, although man's definition of science has been pretty well corrupted by the people who teach science for money. And those are the people who have steered us away from the knowledge that is necessary for you to somewhat maintain your health in this dirty little world where we live. And I do mean dirty and I do mean little, but it is a world and it can change. I had been exposed to the biotechnological weapon that caused a fantastically aggressive cancer to grow on my skin. I had also, prior to that, been exposed to a novel anti-infective developed by the French, which made it so that nothing could infect me in my mucous membranes. Something came inside to live, and what it lived on the mucous membranes, and what it excreted was poisonous to other bacteria. To bacteria. It was the only thing that could be at home and be comfy in my mucous membranes. And that's something that Sega Pharmaceuticals, that the French developed for Gulf War I. It was given to certain activists by the people that liked them in an effort to keep them from being killed by the Bush family, because they knew what the Bush family was going to do as soon as W got in. Well and good, but that just made me further target and for novel infection scenarios, novel infection techniques. And one of the ways they got me was through my skin. Now they're harvesting the body fluids of AIDS patients and stuff like that, which is where I first saw that they're creating a lot of disease so that they can weaponize it. Okay, and they're using you and they're using me, and they've been doing it a long time. Look at the Army's mycoplasma patent. It's a weapon. It's a mycoplasma, one of the most common problems in every laboratory is mycoplasma. This one has aspects to it that will help anti-immune disorders grow, and it's been put into the organism itself. So it's something that is population control, and it's on paper, okay? The mycoplasma patent of the Army. You bought it, you paid for it. It's there. You should check it out. Anyway, I became this test subject. They got me with anthrax, okay? And God knows what, that anthrax was really bad. And according to the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, 10 of the top 12 bioterror agents, the weaponized versions, manifest as super aggressive, uncurable skin cancers, of course. Uncurable, that's duh, right? They've told us all along cancer is uncurable. What you need to understand, really, you have to understand this, is that we were something once. This was the garden. All of the things that we made for ourselves, our food, our medicine, our other things, okay, in the animal kingdom and things like that. You don't understand. You can't understand the technology. I can't, but I've got a pretty good idea, better than most, because it saved my life. Because I realized, I put my mind to it, okay? It was a matter of life and death. I knew there was something that would take this thing out. And I found it. It was called Bloodroot. It's, can't think of the name right now, but the scientific name. Something... canadensis. Anyway, Bloodroot. Remember that, and look up. It's around. The information's around. The Native Americans and other primitive people have been using different varieties of plants. All these plants are technology. Your technology. Everything alive here is technology. This was the garden. This is where everything was stashed. This was the garden, the agricultural planet that was dedicated for agriculture. The moon was the freezer and the transshipment point. It's everything agricultural was produced here to be used in other parts of our interplanetary and, who knows, perhaps even interstellar empire. That's going way beyond the scope of this. The garden, just like all the legends talk about and things like that. But do not doubt that these plants are drugs that can save your life. All you have to do is find the right one. The CDC said that this was uncurable. I got with a lot of the Gulf War I doctors. 600 and something Gulf War I veterans died of this exact thing that I had on me, and believe me, I took plenty of pictures. And then when I went in the VA with it, the first thing they did was take a picture, because they said, yeah, we've seen that before, but we've never seen it that bad. I have written a book about that called Death Recipes that outlines my take on it. It's the best that I could do. These are observations I made, but after the fact. You know, it's just things that click, 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 click. And it's the best thing that I can put together. Some people got me in Tampa for money because I didn't bow to the Tampa Tribune or other people that were there, you know, and they're very entrenched political powers there. But like I say, whenever they try things on people and it doesn't work, they destroy themselves eventually, because it snowballs on them. It dominoes. They can no longer control it with their terror and their disease and their harm and all that. And so they start to lose their grip. And once they start to lose their grip physically, they start to lose it in their mind, and then they just become like Tommyknockers. You know, they just can't stop fighting amongst themselves, and they lose it very, very quickly. If you get sick, or even as maintenance, the first thing you should go to is the net. And then you should research what you have, what you know about it, and just do not stop and check every avenue of possibility, but be strong with the plants, because there is, I guarantee, there's a plant out there for whatever ails you. It's just finding it, because we've lost it. And there are conflicting reports, and there's many different plants that do the same thing. This is to keep us from losing what we spent so long in developing and what works so perfectly well. I mean, look, that's my scar. I don't know if that'll show or not, but that's my scar from the surgery. That was 4 surgeries. I was headed for a 5th. I put Bloodroot on it. It killed it. I'd be dead 3 years now or longer. I would have been dead 4 years ago. In 2005, I had the last surgery, but it was already coming back before the skin graft was healed. Okay, and then I found Bloodroot and I put it on there. It was in a salve. But there's some people who know about this stuff, so always consult. I don't know. Some of the people that are dealing with these essences and things like that, I don't think that those are very effective, but direct application of the plants or ingestion. I take Bloodroot internally now, and I have been for 5 years. All these things started falling off of my skin, these bad things, after I started taking it internally. Now I take it only minor amounts and once a month, but it's a maintenance program, and I will probably never have a problem with cancer again in or out of my body. If I have a little something growing on me, it goes away right away because I fix it. And I've been hit with anthrax, I believe, 3 times on the skin. It's very hard to make it so that they can breathe it. It takes military training, and you have to be inoculated against it, vaccinated to even work with this stuff. And then it has to be set up with a static charge, so that when something is opened up, this bursts out in a cloud. It's invisible, but if you inhale it, it will kill you quick. That's what happened after 9/11, when to the people that started questioning 9/11 right away, the people in journalistic power, they got anthrax, and it was like bear anthrax. I mean, weapon grade anthrax. They got me. It got buried. The guy who destroyed the Ames variety, I think that's what it's called, the Ames strain, where all these weaponized versions came from, he was an FBI agent, and he was promoted to a high position and given a presidential decoration for destroying the evidence to show that the government was behind the anthrax, as well as leading to the fact that the government was behind 9/11. That's another story. Check out another one of my videos for that. One of my earliest videos addresses that.